Hello everyone, and welcome to the Autumn School of Solana 2023, organized by Eki Blockchain Security. In this first lecture, we will give you an introduction to this course and what awaits you. We will also set up the Solana toolchain and everything you will need for the development. And after that, we will show you the materials that we have prepared for you. Yeah, but before we begin, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Adam, and I'm Solana auditor at Eki Blockchain. And I will give you 2 lectures in this run. I'm really proud that we are the educational partner of Solana Foundation, and that yet again we had many applicants in this run. And yeah, I'm really looking forward and excited to share our knowledge, and I hope that you too will enjoy the lectures, and that even after graduation that you will decide to develop on Solana, and that you will integrate this vibrant Solana community. Yeah, so really excited, and now I will hand over to the stage to my colleagues so they can make their own introduction and tell you more about Eki Blockchain.
Hey everyone, I'm Andre and I will be the main speaker of School of Solana. I am an Aki blockchain fan. I have worked as a Solana security auditor in the past and also as a full stack software engineer in both Web2 and Web3. And I will do my best to guide you through the complexities of Solana ecosystem and hopefully give you the right start to become the next big Solana developer or security auditor. So I wish you guys the best of luck during this course, and I see you during the finals.
Hi guys, I'm Joseph. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Aki Blockchain, and I'm happy that you have joined our School of Solana. I'll just briefly tell you what is the Aki Blockchain about. So Aki Blockchain is a cybersecurity company. We are auditors and researchers. We are auditing 2 chains, Solana and Ethereum. But besides the auditing work, we are also big believers in open source. We are producing some pretty cool tooling. So for the Ethereum world, it's a VS Code extension called Tools for Solidity. And on Solana, I'm happy that we have introduced the first open source fuzzer called Trodelnik. Also, we are very happy to be helping others with education. My background is that I'm the assistant professor at Czech Technical University in Prague, and we are teaching subject blockchain at the university. And we are also happy that Solana Foundation is partnering with us at the school and has given us the grant to be able to do this school for you for free. So I hope you will have a good time and that you will succeed. And you are in a good company. We as Aki Blockchain are working with the top tier industry players from both Solana and Ethereum worlds. So fingers crossed and enjoy the school.
Hello guys, my name is Andre and I'm Solana auditor here in Eki Blockchain. I will be your guide during this School of Solana run, and quick motivation for you. I also participated in the previous run of School of Solana, which then led into my first Web3 security job, so wish you luck.
Hi there, I'm Sasha, Community Manager at Aki Blockchain, and I welcome every one of you to Autumn School of Solana 2023. Congrats for making it here. Should you have any organizational questions, just hit me up on Discord, and good luck to all of you.
And now let's jump straight in, and I will give you more information about the course. And to begin, I have a very important question. So do you have your acceptance badge? It is very important, so please verify that you have your badge in your wallet. If not, then get in touch with Sasha and she will help you. It's very important because you will use this badge to verify yourself using Metrica on our Discord server. And on our Discord server, we will share all the necessary information that you will need for the school. So we will share there the video links, the tasks, and most importantly, you will be able to connect with other students, so you will be able to discuss, ask questions, and help each other. So once again, please verify that you have your acceptance badge. What is this course about? So we will be speaking about the introduction to Solana and about Solana core concepts, Solana programming model, and about the ecosystem. We will also speak about Rust, but it will be a brief introduction to Rust. And we will speak about Anchor framework that is used on Solana. It is basically a standard to develop on Solana. Also, we will speak about the programs in Solana. On Solana, we don't say smart contracts, but programs. And most importantly, we hope that we will have fun and that you will build a community and that you will be able to work together. On the other hand, what is this course not about? So it is not an introduction to blockchain. So we expect that you have at least some basic knowledge about blockchain, or that you will be able to read some articles about blockchain in advance. It is also not an advanced Rust or Solana programming course. So Rust is a very complicated programming language with a steep learning curve. So we will be able to touch only the basics. And the same is for Solana. So the goal of this course is to get you started as quickly as possible, but we won't be able to go in deep details. And also, unfortunately, it is not a recipe how to get rich in 9 weeks. But yeah, you never know what you will do with that, what you will learn in this course. There are some prerequisites for this course. One of them is basic familiarity with CLI, so we expect that you can use your terminal, that also you have basic programming knowledge in any language. So most of the applicants have experience with JavaScript or a TypeScript. So Andre will try to compare Rust and JavaScript and TypeScript, but he will certainly not focus only on these developers. So don't worry if you have any other experience. And it's what I already said, so we expect that you have at least some basic overview of what blockchain is. If not, please try to study a little bit some basic information about blockchain before the next lecture. So how does the whole school work? We have pre-recorded lessons or lectures that will be premiered on YouTube every Wednesday. And so you will get the links in advance all the time on Discord. On Discord, there will be separate channels for each lecture, so you can expect to have all the information there. Then, similarly to the submission form that you had to fill in, and then you had to do the task on GitHub, also the tasks during the school will be handled via GitHub Classroom. So after each lecture, you will have a task, and again, at the end of each lecture, we will tell you what is the next task in the video, and finally we will share the links on Discord. So you will get all the information necessary. Support will be through Discord, so we have created the separate channels for each lesson, and also there will be an issues forum where you will be able to basically post your questions. It should be quite easy to search and filter. You will be able to tag your questions based on topics and tasks. We expect that most of the questions should be clarified on Discord. Maybe if there will be many open points, we will schedule some on-demand Ask Me Anything sessions where we will go through the open points. But this will be also announced on Discord. And one important point is that we have different students, of course, with different experience. So if you feel confident that you already know something, or that you already have some previous experience, maybe with Rust or Solana, then just do the course and do the lectures on your own pace. You can even skip the videos if you are confident enough. The only requirement is to submit the tasks and work together. We decided to have the lectures pre-recorded because then you can easily go back and review the lecture whenever it is whenever you are available. And if it is too slow or too fast, then it really depends on you how you will watch the lectures or not. So at the end of the school, you will receive a certificate if you will satisfy the requirements. And basically there will be 7 lectures and some bonus lectures. The 7 lectures will be graded based on a task that you will receive after each lecture. The deadline will be always on Tuesday, end of the day, if we will not tell anything else. So it might be that in some rare cases we will extend the deadline, but you should expect that the deadline will be on Tuesday, end of the day, so you will have basically nearly 1 week to finish the tasks. The bonus lectures will be then presented later on, also on Discord, but these lectures will not be graded. And so if you will successfully submit the tasks, at the end you will receive an NFT badge. This NFT is obviously issued by Eki Blockchain and recognized also by Solana Foundation. It will be frozen to your wallet at the end with your name or nickname as metadata. And you will be able to use this badge to enter other courses from our partners, and it will be also a nice asset for example, job interviews if you will be looking for a job in Web3 in the future. And as I said before, feel free to skip lectures if you feel that you already know the basics. but please do not forget to submit the tasks. One last important point before we will go to the technical part, where you can meet us in real life. Usually we try to attend most of the events around Europe. So you can find us on hacker houses. Also, we were twice this year in Berlin on hackathons. And this year we will also have a security workshop at Solana Breakpoint in Amsterdam. So if you will attend also Breakpoint, feel free to come and say hello. It will be a pleasure to meet you in person. And now I will hand over to Andrei that will give you a technical introduction to Solana.
So let's talk about introduction to Solana. I guess that most of you already know, but Solana was founded by Anatoly Yakovenko in 2017, and the Solana mainnet beta went live officially in March 2020. The native token on Solana is Sol. Solana have some pretty sweet offerings, obviously. The first of it is definitely scalability. Right now it's sitting at comfy 4,000 transactions per second, which is way above any different altcoin or L1 networks in blockchain. What is really important about Solana is that Solana scales natively with Moore's law. That means as hardware gets more powerful, the Solana gets more powerful with it. So technically, Solana can reach speeds up to 50,000 TPS. And as we see more progress with, for example, Solana Fire Dancer, we will probably see even much more than that, or exceptionally more than that. Another important aspect about Solana scalability is there is no additional complexity through sharding or layer 2 solutions. So Solana is pretty scalable, and there is no need to create any abstractions to kind of make Solana more powerful, more speedy, etc. As we've seen in Ethereum. Ethereum had some scaling issues in the past, and going forward, so Ethereum proposed many different frameworks of improving the performance, which will definitely not be happening on Solana. Another really sweet offering is pretty good decentralization. Even though a lot of the people love to say that Solana is not a decentralized or a centralized, the current Nakamoto coefficient is 31, which is higher than all of the different altcoin or L1 ecosystems. You can check current Nakamoto coefficient at nakaflow.io. If you're not familiar with Nakamoto coefficient, it's essentially a number that tells you how decentralized that particular network is. And another really important fact is inexpensive execution, so a really low gas fees, which makes Solana really good for more interactive applications or applications where a lot of execution needs to happen, a lot of transactions needs to happen, etc. So if we make like a brief comparison between Solana and Ethereum, both networks are currently essentially a proof of stake, except Solana is a proof of stake with proof of history. We'll be talking about that a little bit in detail later. The block times are 400 milliseconds on Solana compared to 13 seconds on Ethereum. Another really huge difference between smart contracts on Ethereum and programs on Solana is that the programs on Solana are stateless. They are not storing any state. All of the state or data are stored in the different accounts. On the other hand, Ethereum is stateful. The main programming language used on Solana is Rust, and then there's Solidity on Ethereum. Solidity is more of a scripting language. Rust is a little bit more of a robust package. but will definitely have advantages with using, for example, Anchor framework that will help you with security and implementing your applications. But also we'll see another languages coming up to Solana, like Python via Seahorse and etc. So yeah, and then there's obviously the speed difference in transactions per second. Without any scaling solution, Solana can reach a really high number of TPS. It's really scalable with the Moore's law, as I mentioned. On the other hand, Ethereum is kind of stuck at about 15 transactions per second. Let's talk about Aki Solana handbook. We have created the 49 pages of introduction to Solana. It is created specifically for School of Solana, and it is a perfect way to get yourself invested into the Solana ecosystem. You can get it for free on this URL. You can get it in our Discord, and it is probably will be attached to this video in the description. The handbook should be kind of your Bible during this course. It is structured into the 7 different categories, and all of the categories are kind of covered during the School of Solana course. We will obviously be starting with Solana introduction, the core concepts, and then during the 3rd, 4th, and 5th lecture, we'll be talking about the Solana programming model. As we go during this course, I kind of recommend you to study all of these chapters separately, because if you kind of go through these chapters, you will be perfectly prepared for each lesson. Before we go any further with the lessons, we obviously need to install a proper tooling. There are a few tools that you need to have installed to kind of get into the Solana development. I will not try to force you to use any specific IDE. I'll just provide a recommendation of what I'm using and what we will be using during the whole winter school of Solana. So for the IDE, I definitely recommend Visual Studio Code. You can get Visual Studio Code on code.visualstudio.com, and you can download a particular binary for your specific platform. It is really easy to install, so I will not go into the details here. So when you have your IDE all set up, the next important thing that we need is Rust. Thankfully, Rust is providing something that is called RustUp, which is really simple installation script that will guide you through the whole process. So anything that you need to do is go to the rust/lang.org and copy this script into your terminal. This will download the up-to-date installer and kind of guide you through the installation process fairly interactively. I will not go through this process because I'm already set up. The next RustUp will also install what is called Cargo. Cargo is a package manager for Rust. It is something that is really similar to npm in the JavaScript ecosystem. So we'll be kind of used to import and install different packages into your project. So Cargo is a really important aspect, but you don't need to install Cargo manually because it is already a part of the RustUp process, so it will set you up automatically. When your Rust environment is all set up, I definitely recommend you to use a Rust Analyzer plugin for Visual Studio Code. You can find it in the Visual Studio Marketplace. And this is like a really crucial part in terms of Rust development for a good reason. It kind of provides full support for Rust programming language to your Visual Studio installation, including the code completion, imports insertion, semantic syntax highlighting, and a lot of really important stuff that will help you with the development in Rust. With this whole Rust package installed, I definitely recommend you to install Node.js if you don't have that already, since most of you are JavaScript developers. Node.js will be extremely useful for running up tests for your Solana program, because tests are usually are usually written in TypeScript and then executed in a Node environment. We'll be also using Node in the lecture number 6, where we'll be working on developing front end for your Solana programs in TypeScript. So when all of that is already set up, we are pretty much good to go to install Solana. We'll need what is called Solana Toolsuite or Solana CLI, and if you're on Mac or in Linux, you can essentially install Solana with just a single command. So you can just copy this command and paste it into your terminal, and very similar to Rust Up, it will kind of guide you through the whole installation process. It will automatically download the latest stable release and help you kind of install the whole Solana tools suite that we need. If you're done with installing Solana, there is a last piece of puzzle that we will need, and that is Anchor. Anchor framework, we'll be kind of working with Anchor framework as we go into the different lectures. It will essentially help you in writing Solana programs and specifically writing secure Solana programs. So it is extremely important framework that we'll be working with. Again, it is really simple to install, but you need to have Rust installed already. So try to install all of this tooling in this particular order, because Anchor is installed using a cargo package manager. We will install something that is called Anchor Version Manager that will kind of help you manage and be up to date with Anchor releases. When all of the tooling's installed, let's introduce how we can use Solana CLI for interacting with Solana blockchain. To ensure that all of the Solana tools are properly installed, we can use command Solana version. This will return the current version of your Solana CLI installed on your machine. If you have any problems with calling Solana version, please verify that you properly installed everything in the Solana installation script. When interacting with Solana, we're interacting with different clusters. There are different clusters in Solana available to us. That is a mainnet beta, testnet, and devnet. If we're developing, we'll be probably working with Solana devnet or testnet, where we can kind of faucet Solana tokens that we can use during the development. These tokens have no particular value. We can use different faucet mechanics to kind of obtain these tokens and use them for development. If we want to connect to the quote-unquote real Solana, we'll be using a mainnet, which is the production environment for Solana. We can achieve that via different RPC servers or RPC connectors. These RPC servers provides a gateway for us to connect to the Solana ecosystem. We can verify what's our current configuration using a Solana config get, which will tell us where is our config file located, what is the current RPC URL that we are using to interact with Solana blockchain, what is the WebSocket URL for that particular RPC, and what is the key pair. Let's briefly talk about all of these. The config file is not that particularly interesting to us right now. What is interesting is the RPC URL. We'll be setting up the RPC to connect to a different clusters that I mentioned, and we can achieve that by using Solana config set URL to set up or to set our Solana CLI to connect to a particular RPC, and that RPC is connecting to a certain cluster in Solana ecosystem. So if we want to connect, for example, to Solana devnet, we'll set Solana config set URL to api.devnet.solana.com. So if we use that, we are automatically connected to devnet. We can find these different RPC connectors all around the web. There are different RPC providers. We can set up private RPC nodes, or we can pay different RPC providers like QuickNote to set up a private RPC connector for us. There are various advantages of using private RPC over public RPC, and that's particularly in there are no throttling for requests. So for example, if you're using a public RPC and you are sending a lot of the requests, you might get throttled, or some of the requests might not get through RPC to a Solana cluster. So but for a development, we are pretty much set with using the public RPC connector for testnet and devnet. What's the difference between a devnet and testnet? Devnet kind of serves as a playground for everyone who wants to take Solana for a test drive as a user, token holder, app developer, or validator. Application developers should definitely target devnet because we'll be using the same release of Solana as it is running on the mainnet. If we're talking about testnet, testnet is more aimed for Solana core contributors where they can stress test recent releases and features that are not already live on the mainnet or devnet clusters. Testnet and devnet tokens are obviously not real compared to a mainnet. Those are only the test token that you can faucet for free and use them for development. Our RPC connection all set up, let's talk a little bit about creating a Solana wallet. This is obviously a little bit different from using a Solana wallet for a browser, but we can use a Solana CLI key generation tool to kind of create our own wallet that we'll be using in Solana CLI and for Solana development. So for that, we'll be using what is called Solana keygen. If we want to verify if we have Solana keygen, we can again use Solana keygen version to check out if we have keygen installed. There are a few features that we can use. For example, we can use Solana keygen new. Solana keygen new will generate a new key pair for us that we'll be using in Solana CLI. If you will be using Solana keygen new and you already have a generated key pair, it will tell you that it will not override that key pair. If you want to override that key pair, you can use a force flag to do that. That will ask you to add a BIP39 passphrase if we want to. If we don't want to do that, we can just press enter and it will generate a new key pair for us. It will show you your pub key, and it will also show you your seed phrase that you can use to recover this pub key. If we want to explore what are the different commands that we can use with Solana keygen, we can use Solana keygen help, and it will tell us all of the available comments. So we can use grind. Grind kind of helps us grind a vanity key pairs. It will brute force through a key pair generation and will create us a wallet that has like a specify beginning or end, so we can kind of create a custom pub keys, but this however takes some time to grind. It depends on your hardware. You can use the new command that we already used, or you can use a pub key command. Pub key command is extremely useful because we can just type Solana keygen pub key, and Solana keygen will tell us what is our pub key that we are currently using in Solana CI. We can also use Solana recover, which then we can use a BIP39 passphrase or seed phrase to recover a key pair, or we can verify if a key pair can sign and verify or then verify a message. Our wallet already set up. The next thing we will probably want to do is check what is our current balance of Solana tokens. We can do that by calling Solana balance. This will show us our current balance inside that particular wallet that we are using right now. As I mentioned before, in a DevNet or testnet, you can use airdrop or faucet to get yourself some free Solana tokens that you can use for development. But obviously these are not real and are or should be used only for development. To do that, we can use command Solana airdrop and specify an amount of sol that we want to get airdropped. So for example, here I'm requesting a half a sol. It will show us a signature for that transaction, and then it will verify that if we get that particular airdrop. This, however, may sometimes fail. If that fails, try to specify a lower amount for airdrop. So for example, if I try to airdrop 100 sol, it will probably fail. Yeah, you can see that my balance remain unchanged. So if you want to gather a bit more Solana testnet tokens, you can do that by airdropping a smaller amount. So now that we passed two of our airdrops, each airdrop for half a sol, we can check Solana balance and verify that we actually received those tokens that we can use for development now. That our wallet is properly set up in Solana CLI and we have some of the balance inside our wallet. Let's talk about transferring our tokens to a different wallet using a Solana CLI. Again, it's really simple. We can call Solana transfer. So let's say we want to transfer 0.2 sol to this particular wallet. We usually call Solana transfer, the target wallet, and the amount of Solana that we want to send. Now we can see it errored out, and it errored out for a reason. That target wallet is a new wallet and it's not funded properly. So we want to if we want to send some Solana to a new wallet or a wallet that is not already funded for that particular token, we can add allow unfunded recipient flag to that transfer function. That means that the Solana CLI will first fund the wallet by creating an account for that particular token and then transfer the target amount. Now we can see that the transaction went through, and we can see the signature that we can verify using a Solana Explorer or a different tool that we like to use. We know how to interact with the native SOL token. Let's talk a little bit about SPL tokens. SPL tokens on Solana is something very similar to ERC20 tokens on Ethereum. So outside of interacting with the native token, which is used for generally all of the interaction on Solana, we can create our own tokens on Solana that we can name as we like. We can set the supply for that token. We can send it out to everyone, and we can use that token, for example, in our own programs in Solana. You can, for example, USDC, USDT, like stable coins on Solana are also SPL tokens, or any meme coins that you can think about like Blanc, Samo, or Woof on Solana are also SPL tokens. If we want to interact with the token program on Solana, we have to install another tool using Cargo, which is called SPL Token CLI. This will kind of give us an CLI to interact with the SPL token program on Solana. So use your Cargo that you installed to install this Cargo crate, and then after the installation is done, we can use the SPL token to or call the SPL token, and for example just call SPL token to kind of get help on all of the subcommands, flags, and options that you can use. So Let's just go briefly over how to create your own SPL token directly from Solana CLI, set up the supply for that token, mint it out and send out to a different wallet. So if we want to do that, we can call an SPL token create token function. This will automatically create a token for us. We can also supply different flags to specify, for example, decimals for that particular token. But you can see with one simple command, I have created a token on this particular address. If we want to check what's the supply for that token, we can call SPL token supply, and we can use the address of that token to kind of get the current supply of that token. We can see it's 0. We have created the token, but the token have no supply for now. So if we want to interact with the token that we have just created, we need to create an account for that token. Account for that token will store the particular amount of that token in our own wallet. So if we want to do that, we can call create an account function. So let's just call SPL token create account and specify the token address that we'll be creating an account for. So we'll be creating an account for a token that we created in the previous commands. So now we have an account on this address that kind of represents our wallet or our account that will be holding those tokens in our own wallet. So if you want to check what's the balance of that particular account, we can, for example, use SPL token balance and use the token address that we created. Now we can see that our balance is 0. Obviously the balance is 0 because the supply is still 0, but since we created an account, we can now hold this token in our own wallet. So let's just go ahead and mint some. So since we are the deployer or the authority of that token that we have created, we can call SPL token mint. And again, we'll be specifying the address of the token that we want to mint. And we want to mint, for example, thousands of them. So now our token is minted. So we can see that it will mint 1,000 tokens that we ask for. It will be minting a token of the token on this address, and the recipient. You can see that the recipient will be the account that we have created for this token. And now we have received 1,000 tokens. Or 1,000 tokens of that token that we created. And we can yet again call the SPL token balance, and we can check that we do have 1,000 of these tokens that we just minted. And even if we call SPL token supply, we can see that the supply is right now 1,000. This obviously counts the whole supply of that token, so that does not mean that it's the only supply that we have in our own wallet, but it's the total supply of that token across all of the accounts and across all the different wallets that holds these different accounts. So now that we have verified that we do have we do have 1,000 tokens that we have that we have minted right now, we can, for example, check all of the accounts that we have. So if I call SPL token accounts, it will show us a list of all of the accounts that we have for different SPL tokens and their balances. And we can see that the token that we have just minted, we have 1,000 of them. Own SPL token. Maybe we want to send it to another wallet, and we'll be doing that pretty much the same way as just with transferring the native Sol token. But instead of it interacting with Solana CLI directly, we'll be interacting with SPL token CLI again. So if we check the help, we can see that we do have a transfer function. So let's just do SPL token transfer. And now we can check what are the required parameters that we need to specify. So we will be specifying a token mint address, I will be specifying a token amount, and we will be specifying a recipient wallet. So let's just do it right now. We want to transfer SPL token that we have created previously. Which is this one. So let's just do transfer. We'll do our wallet. We'll specify the amount. We'll do our account. And we specify the target wallet or the recipient wallet. So yeah, let's just do that. And you can see that we have the same error as with transferring the SOL token before. And again, we need to fund the recipient for a good reason. The recipient that we're sending to does not have an account that will be holding our SPL token. So we can do that by just adding a fund recipient flag again. So now that we do that, we see that the transaction went through and we have a signature for that transaction. So let's just verify that the token was actually sent and check the SPL token balance for our token. And we can see we have 950 right now. But still, if we check the SPL token supply, we can see that the supply remains 1000 because I hold 950 in this wallet and now I hold 50 in the target recipient wallet. Why I'm kind of talking about this Solana CLI, but there is a good reason for that. When we'll be working with or developing a Solana program, we'll be using a Solana CLI to kind of deploy the program. So when we have a Solana program ready, we can call Solana program deploy and the program file path to specify. And if we do that, the Solana CLI will deploy the program and will tell us our program ID as a result. So this was just a brief introduction to Solana CLI. There are obviously much more features that you can use, and I do recommend you to kind of read through docs.solana.com. I'll be sending all of the links to you, and you can kind of explore what Solana CLI can do. But yeah, you can kind of imagine that Solana CLI is just a bit of a gateway from your system to Solana blockchain. Thank you for attending today's lecture, and now I will hand it over to my colleague to give you details about our next assignment.
So now you had the introduction to Solana, and you have learned how to use the CLI and how to set up the toolchain. And I would like to present you the first task. Andre already mentioned the Solana handbook that we have prepared for you. You will again find the link in Discord, so you can download it. And we would like that you read the first 3 chapters, so the blockchain terminology, Solana introduction, and the core concepts. Especially the core concepts are important to understand the unique features of Solana, which are the proof of history, Tower BFT, Turbine, Gulfstream, Sealevel pipelining, Cloudbreak, and archivers. And the first task after the first lesson will be multiple choice questions. So you will again find the link on Discord to GitHub Classroom, where you will be able to clone your the repository for the first task, and where you will have to answer a few basic questions from here from the first 3 chapters. Please only pay attention that you should reply with a single character so that we can easily evaluate your answers. So that's it for today. I'm very happy that we have so many students. I hope that you have learned something new. And next time, Andre will give you introduction to Rust. I'm looking forward to the next lecture. Goodbye.